Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're taking a look at Lattafa Pride's Hala. Alright, so Hala is from the House of Lattafa. It is from their Pride line series. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and you can pick this bad boy up for $35 at places like Perfumes Online and Fragrance Buy. I'm gonna have links down in the description to both of those sites if you decide you want to check this one out. Also have coupon codes to save yourself $5 off your first purchase at either one of those sites if you decide you want to shop with them. Box presentation on this, pretty straightforward. It is kind of a big, flimsy style of box. Name of the fragrance in the front there, and it does have kind of a wood grain texture that goes along the side, but overall, box presentation, nothing too special. It does have a nice bottle presentation. So it is sticking with the Lattafa Pride line series of bottle presentations with this kind of dome-like structure casing to it. It does snap off and lift like so. I've had nothing but good luck with these plastic casings. I know I've heard from many of you that with your Lattafa Prides with the dome have cracked, but I've had good luck so far, so hopefully to keep that going. It sits in this nice little podium, name of the fragrance on the front right there, and it does kind of snap off like that, revealing this very unique style of bottle. So it has this sort of egg shape with this wood grain that kind of runs through it, very appropriate to the scent profile of this fragrance. Has this kind of metal placard on the front with the name of the fragrance. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be mimicking. I'm not sure if this is like an incense burner, like a bouquet, I believe they call it. Roast me in the comments if I butchered that. Not sure what this is exactly. If you do know what this is supposed to be kind of emulating, looking like, I'd be really interested to know, so please comment down below. Cap on this is a pretty heavy, thick metal to that. Again, with that unique shape, and it does reveal the atomizer sitting on top. And the atomizer on this, pretty good. Good distributions, decent spray, will get the job done overall. Overall presentation, Lattafa Pride just does a great job, especially for the price point. So I'm quite pleased, even though this is a very unique looking bottle, I do quite enjoy it. So if you were wondering what Lattafa Pride's Hala smells like, you have come to the right place, because I'm about to tell you. But first, a fun fact. Through my research skills and my linguistic translation resources, I came across the translations for Hala in English meaning one of two things. Either halo around the moon is one translation I came across, or it's just a general greeting like saying hello or hi. So it's one of those two things, maybe both, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if I got that completely wrong and I'm a complete moron. But that's what you come here for. You come here for fun facts, awesome fragrance reviews, nice tight white t-shirts. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. So some of the notes listed in Lattafa Pride's Hala is nutmeg, black pepper, cedar, amber, incense, and labdanum. So let me tell you what I get from this fragrance. In the opening, you get those spices right off the jump, but they're a very kind of brisk, almost invigorating style of spice. Black pepper forward for the most part. That nutmeg sits in the background, but you're really getting that black pepper for the most part. The cedar wood comes out really fast. That's pretty much hit with that immediately, and it fuses with that black pepper and just adds this really nice, rich, woody, airy style of cedar wood to it with that right level of spiciness to it. Like I said, it has this kind of briskness to it. You think cedar wood, you think spice, you think it'd be a little bit heavier, but this does have like an airiness to it, this lightness to it in the opening. Really, really quite nice, but it is a very masculine style of wood, and like I said, a very rich cedar note that comes through. As this opens up, you get this nice incense that starts to work through. So this wisp of this churchy style of incense, a very kind of spiritual style of experience when it comes to that incense, almost kind of like meditating outside of like a dry sauna on a nice spring day. That's the kind of vibe you get. The amber in this adds more of a texture to everything, so it kind of warms up that cedar wood a little bit, but it gives it a little bit more dryness, so it has more of that kind of dry cedar sauna sort of vibe going on to it. Elevates that black pepper spice just a bit, and again, it intermingles with this incense that just kind of like wraps and envelops itself around all those different centichords. Absolutely beautiful. It's got this ruggedness to it, it's got this mysteriousness to it, but it's also got this kind of familiarity, this comforting style of nature that goes with it. A nostalgic sort of fragrance, but in a very modern sense. Really enjoy the scent profile on this. This is just an absolutely gorgeous cedar style of fragrance with the right amount of spice, that mysterious sort of incense working in there, and just a really nice kind of texture, uplifting sort of vibe. So really enjoy the scent profile on this one. So when it comes to the performance of Lattafa Pride's Hala, get about average performance, maybe a touch above average when it comes to longevity. 6 hours off my skin and 7-8 hours, no problem if I get some on my clothing. Projection for the first hour and a half is pretty good, beyond an arm's length before it does settle back in. So people are definitely gonna smell you for that first hour and a half. You're gonna have beautiful cedar scent trail going on to you. That scent bubble is going to be nice. You're going to smell yourself throughout the day. You get up and move around, your body heats up a little bit. You'll get nice wafts of that spicy cedar, that incense, that kind of dry, woody accord that's coming through. So performance, like I said, about average, maybe a touch above average, definitely getting your money's worth. So when it comes to the where and when, I think Lattafa Pride's Hala would be most appropriate. I think this is a pretty versatile fragrance when it comes to seasons. Wear this in the fall, you can wear this in the spring, you can wear this in the summer. I would say that the summer, avoid maybe the high heat because it does have that kind of very dry cedar with that spicy accord kind of going on to it. It might be a little bit too much in the high heat, but like a summer evening, this would just be absolutely perfect. So spring evenings, summer evenings, moderate temperatures, I think this is gonna do just great. It does have that kind of fall vibe to it, like that real nice woodiness that comes through, kind of hits of fall, really nice throughout a variety of seasons. This does work in the winter. It does have the right kind of level of spiciness and that kind of incensey vibe that kind of helps push that scent accord through. So not the best performer in the winter, but it does work in the winter. I've worn this a ton throughout the last couple months in this Canadian winter, and it does perform just fine. So across seasons, I think it does fairly well. Just kind of maybe avoid the really high heat, and the super cold temperatures might not push through as well. But like I said, overall, pretty versatile throughout the entire year. In terms of occasions, again, I think this is a very versatile fragrance. I think you can wear this casual. You're gonna be smelling like a gentleman. You're gonna be smelling fantastic, running errands, going to lunch, going about your day-to-day. But it has that kind of sexy, mysterious, rugged masculinity to it that I think you can pull this off on date nights, be very alluring, have that kind of, again, that boldness, that kind of manly edge to it. And I think you can dress this up as well because it has that kind of a certain level of elegance to it, a certain level of like gentlemanly refinement to it. Again, with those wood accords that come through, that right level of spice, that mysterious incense. Think you can dress this up, three-piece suit or a tuxedo, going to the opera or whatever you fancy people do. Think you can wear it formally. So overall, I think this is a very versatile fragrance across different seasons, different occasions. Maybe not wear it to the gym. I think this is too spicy woody for the gym, so avoid that maybe. Office, perhaps, but you gotta be careful with the sprays on this. Like I said, very spicy cedar wood sort of vibe going on to it, so it might be not for everybody, and if you're blasting people out at the office, but if you're careful, you can probably get away with it. So like I said, again, very versatile fragrance. Pull this off pretty much anytime, anywhere. So my overall thoughts on Lattafa Pride's Hala is this is like one of my favorite wood style of fragrances. Gorgeous, gorgeous cedar that's in here. I love a good cedar accord, and this is so cedar forward that I just fell in love with this at first sniff. The pepper that fuses in there, that nice wisp of incense that kind of envelops everything, that amber that kind of adds to this dryness, adds a little bit of texture to it. Absolutely a gorgeous wood style of fragrance, and one of my favorites in the Lattafa Pride line series. One of my favorite fragrances currently right now. I just can't get enough of this. This is one of those ones I walk past my shelf and I just pop the cap off and have it give it a whiff if I'm not wearing it that day, because it has that ruggedness. It has this mysterious, spiritual sort of vibe, this kind of elevated state sort of thing going on to it. This nostalgia, this comfort, just this sexy allure that comes with it, and I absolutely love it. I think I've said that a few times now. Like I said, performance on this, average. This is not a beast mode fragrance, but I'll just keep reapplying this if need be. Do not mind that it's an average performer in that sense. And like I said, very versatile. I can wear this pretty much across the entire year, across many different occasions, no problem. Fantastic fragrance. I'm so glad I have this in my collection. If it sounds like something you'd enjoy, I definitely think you should be checking it out for $35. I definitely think it's worth it. That's Lattafa Pride's Hala. And I want to hear from you guys. What's one of your favorite like wood style of fragrances, maybe even specifically to the Middle Eastern brands? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love when you put me on to new fragrances that I've never heard of or I don't have in my collection yet. Really appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.